the finals last season, Patrick could only watch from the sidelines because of an injury.
It was frustrating, it was hard, and I hope that's something I'll never have to face again.
This season, the Knicks have received a huge lift from the return of a healthy Ewing. And at age 37, Patrick's determination is just as strong as ever.
He works so hard. He's always the first one in the gym and the last one to leave. He works so hard on his game, and this year he's playing great basketball. I know he wants to win an NBA championship real bad. You can just see it in his face.
Patrick's desire to win it all is shared by his teammates. And after coming close last season, the Knicks are title contenders once again. Now they're focused on making another trip to the finals as they try to bring Patrick Ewing his long-awaited NBA championship.
We know how important it is for the big fella to get a ring, and we're all working towards that. We want to make him happy, and we want to be happy as well.
A lot about winning the championship is right place, right team, right time to win a championship. And so far in Patrick's NBA career, he's been on a lot of very, very good teams, but he hasn't yet been on the best team, and hopefully this year he can be on that best team.
We have just as good a chance as winning it as anybody else. You know, I just basically go out there and try to do the best I can to make it happen.
With virtually every player making a positive contribution, the Knicks just need to sustain what they're already doing. Charlie Ward getting to the hoop. Latrell Sprewell splitting everybody. Allen Houston getting involved in this feeding frenzy as well. And then with the post players passing the ball beautifully, Marcus Canby, Kurt Thomas, the best player of all the big men for the Knicks. Charlie Ward dashing down the lane, freeing up Larry Johnson, who was 5 for 5 for three-point shots. The turnaround from the first two games, remarkable, incredible. The losses, they couldn't do anything. In the two wins, though, it was magic. Great shooting, dominating performance in the paint.
Davis shoots over him and scores. Larry Johnson always saves his best for the Indiana Pacers, and despite another injury, already had the back problems, the plantar fasciitis, he's 1 for 1.
Confidence soaring for Larry Johnson as Miller pulls the trigger and answers right back.
And that'll be good for his confidence as Allen Houston made a run at him, but Miller sank it, and we're tied at 2.
If you see Charlie Ward and the New York Knicks walking the ball up the floor, then the tempo and the tenor of the game is going to go in the favor of the Indiana Pacers. 9 for Larry Johnson.
No cutting for New York. The turnover.
Johnson tried to get it to Ewing, broken up by Indiana. Smith runs the floor. The big man rolled off. Rebounded by Ward.
Ewing is moving fine, freely up and down the court.
Latrell Sprewell. Sprewell hits his first shot, and New York back in front.
Larry Bird is so full of admiration for the toughness, the spirit of Latrell Sprewell playing with that broken foot.
Mark Jackson with a penetration, can't finish it. Allen Houston pushes the other way.
Terrific pacing by the Knicks.
And Reggie Miller with a hand check foul. First foul of the game.
Now, if you're Reggie Miller, as soon as you see Allen Houston with the ball, you got to go to him. Don't let him come to you and then give you a little change of pace and get by you.
How many times have we seen the Knicks drive to their strong hand during this series? Very porous defense for the Pacers.
Ewing picked up by Davis on the switch. It didn't matter. Smits jumped out to double team. Davis rotated over, but Ewing scored anyway.
Knicks have scored on 3 of 4 possessions.
Both coaches saying the start of the game would be all important here in Game 5.
7 on the clock.
Miller back to Smith. Outside, Jackson for 3.
Well, you better explain that, Tom.
It's the X factor, I guess. Mark Jackson hits the three-pointer just as the shot clock expired. Pacers trail by 1. Johnson feeds inside, and Ewing able to save it.
He's not giving this one up.
And he's fouled. Smits and Davis converge on Patrick Ewing, who steps to the free throw line.
Ewing in the delayed transition offense here. The double team comes out on the initial screen and roll here. Ewing finds himself, the patience, the balance. So difficult. Jim Gray talked about the rust that is always so evident on Ewing. He's able to get the first free throw to fall, but with and without Patrick Ewing, the Knicks have been different teams against the Indiana Pacers. The 5-1 record with him, the increased offensive productivity.
Jeff Van Gundy, though, is quick to point out that the numbers are misleading. First of all, they counted a game with Ewing when he played only 7 minutes. And second of all, he has not had a home game in that string of losses.
But this is the one team that the Pacers could, or that the Knicks can get by without Patrick Ewing.
Davis can't hit. Ewing had it for a moment. It comes to Sprewell.
Why do you think that this is the only team that they can get by without Ewing?
Because of the Pacers' lack of attack down low. They beat him against Shaq, against Alonzo Mourning. Foul called on the Pacers. The crowd did not like that.
Well, right now, the Indiana Pacers are reacting. They are not initiating defensively, and when you do that, not only do you not get the calls, but you usually get scored on, so the Knicks have control of the first 4 minutes of play. Looking for Houston.
Davis with his first foul. New York has not missed a shot. 3 for 3 from the floor, 2 for 2 at the line, and now 4 for 4 as Allen Houston gets in on the shot party.
New York is playing with an incredible amount of precision, toughness, heart right now, knowing how valuable this game is.
Rick Smith shot a brick 2 feet from the basket. Here's Ward.
Nice pass.
Houston. And New York still has not missed. 5 for 5.
Larry Bird needs a timeout.
He's been standing a long time and trying to let him play out of it, but he's going to have to give him some sort of direction as they come to the break.
The hot-shooting New York Knicks take the lead early.
Allen Houston going one-on-one, isolated against Reggie Miller, something that he did all through the series last year. And now Allen Houston in transition. New York out early, very, very strong. You have to be able to finish. Smits and Jackson not delivering.
Charlie Ward for a 3, and New York opens the game 6 for 6.
Well, you know, coming into this series, if there was a team that was going to win away, the sense was the Knicks would have the better chance. And now Jalen Rose and the Indiana Pacers have to fight back. They've got to stop being cool and understanding and really be as competitive and as angry as the New York Knicks.
When Charlie Ward starts pulling these tricks out of his magic bag, what can you do? He's a guy that generally just comes up and hands the ball off to someone else. He's dribbling for his own long perimeter jumpers.
Every Knick has scored.
Patrick Ewing just committing that foul. Here's an illegal defense call against the New York Knicks. First one.
Van Gundy has done an incredible job of breathing confidence and life into this team. Team that seems so down after going down 0-2. The Knicks have never won a 7-game series after going down 0-2.
Well, I don't think they were down. I think they should have won game 2 here. And really, they feel like they should be ahead. Charlie Ward the foul against Rick Smith.
Miller misses, but Smith's with the offensive board, and Ward his first foul.
Thinking and reality are often 2 different things.
We do have a game. Because you're into the stuff already.
Jackson posting up Charlie Ward. Double teamed. He got it to Rose for 3. Jalen Rose with a much-needed basket for the Indiana Pacers, stopping a 9-0 New York run.
Larry Bird talking prior to the game about Jalen Rose's development, but still the need to become so focused that he's delivering game to game, not just parts of game, as Steve mentioned in the open.
Well, you know, he's got to be more selfish. He's got the kind of ability that can dominate his position and his opponent. My, are the Knicks ever going to miss a tough shot?
A double clutch by Sprewell, and the Knicks are 7 for 7.
Jalen Rose played defense as well as you could. Blocked the shot, actually, and Sprewell just forced it right through the defense.
Sprewell says that this is a tough cover for him. You know, particularly when Jalen Rose comes in, breaks him down, and starts to crab his way into the middle.
But when Sprewell gets this kind of momentum going to his strong right hand, the Pacers have had no success whatsoever about taking away the dominant hand of the Knicks.
Lucky 7 straight shots in a row for New York as Smith misses the shot. Sprewell couldn't handle it. Right back to Indiana. Rose calling for it. Wide open 3. Back-to-back three-pointers by Jalen Rose. He was waving his arms frantically all alone, and they finally found him.
Well, Rose has got to think score, and don't worry about getting Dale Davis or Rick Smith involved, because if he scores, then the Knicks are going to react to him.
Here comes the crowd. Sprewell, ball movement to Ward for three. Oh, my goodness. 8 for 8. The New York Knicks to open the game. Three-pointers keeping Indiana in it. They're 3 for 3 from the arc. Other than that, New York will be running away.
There's the intimidation of Patrick Ewing. Dale Davis was going to go to the rim and decided not to. Threw it away.
Rose intending Smits to be there, and Smits just watched it sail out of bounds. Costly turnover.
When you've been on the ride that the Knicks have been on the last 2 years, the sense of chemistry, the sense of camaraderie that grows each and every day coming to the fore tonight.
Sprewell slapped away by Rose, but a foul. Jalen Rose. That'll be his first. Latrell Sprewell playing with that broken bone in his foot. And remember, New York has not missed at the free throw line either. Ewing made 2 earlier. Log on to MSNBCSports.com. Click on Showtime Online for in-depth playoff coverage. Bill Walton previews every game, answers your emails. Check out analysis on the hottest playoff topics from Isaiah Thomas, Steve Jones, and Matt Gukas, and exclusive multimedia features from Hannah Storm and Peter Vesey, all at MSNBCSports.com, official website of NBC Sports.
Last year, Game 5 in Indianapolis. Indiana comes out to a huge lead, 14 points maybe as big as it got. But by halftime, though, it was a ball game again. Can the Pacers right now reverse the trend here?
Now, they got to put some doubt in the New York Knicks' mind. Right now, the Knicks think that they can dominate every phase of the game, and they have. And so it's up to the Pacers, and it starts with the ball. Mark Jackson's got to go to Charlie Ward. Don't let him come all the way down here, set that offense like that, and make them work further outside.
Charlie Ward. Oh, the first miss comes on the 9th shot by New York.
Rick Smits is 0 for 5 in the game. This is a guy who was begging for Patrick Ewing to come back, leading the cheers of the people who think that the Knicks are a better team without Ewing. And now he comes out and delivers 0 for 5 for a start. Unacceptable for Larry Bird.
Jackson missed in close. Cleared by Larry Johnson. Jackson continues to struggle for Indiana. Sprewell with a defender in his face. Throws it to Ewing, who puts it through over the head. It's just incredible. First quarter by the New York Knicks. Do you have a stat on how many games you win if you don't miss a shot?
I would say that you're pretty likely to win every game if you never miss a shot.
Well, here's the real thing for the Indiana Pacers. They just got to weather the storm. The Knicks, who shot 68% in winning Game 4, cooled off. They shot 34 in the second half. So you got to stay close, Allen Houston.
Ewing, put back and one.
So they finally miss, and then they get an offensive rebound and stick it back in.
Welcome back, Patrick, who has had an excellent start to this game. No rustiness evident.
The ball movement, guys willing to give it up, finding Ewing in transition, and then Ewing able to establish the early position because Smits is leaning over to try to help Reggie Miller, who was isolated by Allen Houston.
Well, remember, Patrick Ewing has been playing right at the rim. And those are the kinds of shots he's supposed to be able to put down. This has given him a great deal of confidence, and Ewing a ton of confidence as well.
He looks great. He's got an unbelievable bounce to his step, a freshness to his game.
Well, he had a week off getting well. Jalen Rose and Ewing with the rebound. Points in the paint, by the way, 11-0 in favor of the Knicks.
But that week has been a lot of pain.
Sprewell misses a 3 on the floor, picked up by Miller.
Finally, a loose ball, a long rebound goes Indiana's way, something that was heavily in the Knicks' favor in Game 4.
Well, the thing about Indiana, most of their scoring comes from the perimeter. There's only a few guys that can break them down. Jalen Rose is one, and he gets Dale Davis a hoop.
Austin Crozier into the game for Indiana, replacing Rick Smits, who began by being unable to hit a shot. And Crozier hoping to get his game on track. Patrick Ewing, 9 points and 4 boards. The NBA on NBC. After a tremendous start, returning from injury.
How tough can it be for this legend, who people are arguing all the time that the team is better without him? He has to read all that nonsense on a consistent basis. Today he has come out and shown how valuable he is to this team. They all love his game. They love his presence. And tonight with 9 early points and dominance on the boards, he has made the contribution there with 4 rebounds.
There you see what he's done tonight versus his career on his first game back from injury. Jeff Van Gundy was concerned that he would be rusty. He showed no sign of that in the first quarter tonight.
Well, you know, yesterday Larry Bird said he was concerned about the quickness of the small team, and along with Ewing, they've hurt him as well. So he's got to get his team to stop worrying about quickness and remember who the Indiana Pacers are and how well they played in this building. Rose.
Jalen Rose misses that one. Kurt Thomas has replaced Patrick Ewing, and Dale Davis with another offensive rebound.
How about the job Allen Houston has done in denying Reggie any looks whatsoever in the early going?
Crozier with the ball fake, gets it to Travis Best, who's on the floor for the Pacers. Dale Davis missed a dunk attempt, but the Pacers will get it back.
Who wants to shoot for the Pacers? Austin Crozier passing up good looks. Travis Best passing up the wide open 3. They finally get it to Dale Davis, who can't deliver inside. The intimidating presence now of Kurt Thomas.
30% shooting versus 71% for the Knicks. And just over 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Austin Crozier. And Dale Davis once again wades in to get it. Jalen Rose can't hit. And Larry Johnson finally clears it for the Knicks.
Dale Davis has been averaging, 13, 14 rebounds so far in the series. And he's their only rebounding presence.
Crozier with a block of Thomas.
Jim Gray reported at the top as Crozier strokes from 3, brick. Watch your face on that. But Jim Gray talked about the shaky confidence that Bird was concerned about with his team. Allen Houston.
Houston for 3. Allen Houston has been scorching the nets from 3-point range.
This quarter will do nothing for the Pacers' confidence. The crowd is sitting stunned.
Houston is hitting 52% from 3-point range in the series as Travis Best gets his first bucket.
The Indiana Pacers have firepower, and they've got to be aggressive at the offensive end. And they've got to be able to then make the Knicks a little less confident, and they haven't done it. I mean, the Knicks are freewheeling right now.
Knicks have to think about the flow, have to think about sustaining.
7 for Houston on the clock.
Falls back and misses. Travis Best fell down, but got it to Davis. 40 seconds left in the first quarter.
They can get a quick 2 for 1. But they're going to pass on that.
Well, they've been getting plenty of 2 for 1. They've been missing.
There's another miss by Travis Best. Sprewell holds it up, and they can all but play for the final shot. About 3 seconds differential. Well, Larry Bird called for the Pacers to come out strong and win the first quarter. Jeff Van Gundy said the same thing to his team. It's obvious which team took it to heart. Houston got himself free from Miller, but then couldn't finish. Kurt Thomas, unblocked, puts it right through.
What has happened to Indiana's front line?
Reggie Miller misses at the buzzer as the first quarter comes to a close. A first quarter dominated by the New York Knicks, and a few boos rained down on the Pacers from the home faithful here in Indianapolis. New York hitting 12 of 19, 63% shooting. Houston pull up 3. Allen Houston. 10 points already for Allen, and the New York lead 37-19.
I don't think the Pacers have figured out that they need to go down the floor and pick that guy up, because when they're letting him come down like that, they got a good rhythm. They got a great feeling right now.
McKee with the re-entry pass to Crozier. Shot clock at 5. Crozier lost it. Picked up by Houston.
Great decision to give it up and get it back.
Allen Houston for 3. That one off the mark. Crozier with the outlet to Rose.
Nick Vince thinks every shot's going in now. You should.
Why not?
As a rebounder, anticipate every shot will be missed. Get your hands up and go get the ball.
Jalen Rose did everything but finish. And the ball deflected by Rose out of bounds. New York will get it back when we return to Conseco Fieldhouse. 9:51 left till halftime. It's been all New York. Miller's 1-on-3 and shoots a three. Got it!
Ball guard lineup in.
Perkins for three. With a bad miss.
Everything from the perimeter for New York. Indiana's defense has really tightened it up.
Jackson for three. Sprewell for New York.
But notice how much slower the New York Knicks are coming out of the backcourt now.
Work the ball around to Charlie Ward. He penetrates. Back to Ewing, who finds Houston for three.
That is a terrific play by Ewing. That's playing completely within the framework of this current team.
And Ewing finding Houston. Porter.
And that kind of teamwork will give Houston the confidence to get it going. Three-point play opportunity, Dale Davis.
Davis and...
There's a lot of things we can correct, but I'll tell you, we're not going to correct it until our look gets better. We got this look about us right now. Let's go.
Let's go. And Allen Houston did. Houston hits that jumper. Allen Houston again, the jumper, this time over Miller. He led the Knicks with 25, and New York was down by only 6. But the Pacers end up pulling away. Travis Best, boy, on the switch, he just pulls the trigger on that three-pointer. Had a career playoff high 24 off the bench and 6 rebounds. Jalen Rose 18, and well, they just gave it to Spike Lee and the Knicks in this one. 88-79, your final numbers. Sprewell, 10 points in the game, only 4 of 14 shooting. He has that injured left foot. LJ, 2 of 8 from the field, had 4 points. So it's the Pacers now leading the series 3-2. Game 6 is Friday. If the Pacers win that one, they are off to the NBA Finals for the first time ever. So a huge game looming for them.